I've been busy making a koi pond for my wall. Let me catch you up. It started when I saw people on my For You page on TikTok making paper mache animals. The moment I saw this, I knew I wanted to try it. I've only ever used paper mache to fix things. I've never sculpted anything out of paper mache. I've been wanting to start a big project that will take a lot of my time, so I wanted to really plan out this one. So I spent a few days thinking about what I wanted to do and what I wanted to make, because I wanted to make something that I would actually use and actually like. I just didn't want to make anything that I was just going to throw away if I was going to spend all this time on it. I was watching a With Love Lynn video. She was just doing a little room tour and she was changing out some picture frames in this video, and in the video you can see she has a koi pond rug. And the moment I saw it, I fell in love. I immediately started searching online trying to find where I could purchase this rug, and it ends up to be a creator named Trin. On Instagram, I'll tag her and everything. But she makes all these beautiful rugs, and I go to the shopping to see how much it is, and unfortunately, as it not only out of stock, so I couldn't purchase it if I wanted to, it is extremely out of my price range. And I was like, well, I could just make a koi pond. And then I started trying to wrap my head around how would I do that. I obviously knew I couldn't make a rug because I have no experience with making rugs, so that wasn't even an option. So that's when I considered it being my paper mache project. Like, well, if I can't have it on my floor, I can at least put it on my wall. Then came the planning process. I started sketching out a rough idea of what I wanted my pond to look like and what sort of animals and creatures and plants I'd want in my pond, just to get an idea of what all I would need to make and how big I would need to make things so I could fit everything. Once I had a rough idea of what I wanted things to look like, that's when I started gathering materials. I just started gathering whatever cereal boxes, mac and cheese boxes, any sort of thin cardboard that we had that we just weren't using. I was trying my best not to spend any money or buy any materials for this project. I kind of just wanted to see what I could make with what I already had. And once I had everything gathered up that I thought I needed, that's when I got started. Starting with the fish, because I thought it would be the easiest thing to start first. I just started sketching out a koi fish shape. At this point, I did not search what a koi fish looks like, and that does bite me in the ass later. But I just sketched out a fish shape and I cut it out, and I cut out some strips, and after cutting, gluing, and clipping later, I was left with the skeleton of a fish that I could then stuff with aluminum foil. And once I could build up the body of the fish that I liked, I didn't end up making two in this process. But once I was left with a body of fish that I liked, I could paper mache. Paper mache is super easy. All you gotta do is take paper, dip it in some glue water mixture, and lay it on your project, and that is it. So that's exactly what I did. Continue this process covering both fishes. I waited for the layers to dry in between so I could go back and try to smooth out any imperfections that the fishes had before I started painting it. And that's when I realized I messed up. I didn't put enough fins on my fish, so I did have to go back and add those fins, but it was nothing crazy to have to add on. Luckily, it was just something I could slap on real quick. After Googling what koi fish look like, I decided I wanted my koi fish to be orange and black. So I just started painting with the orange spots and added the black later. I did add some little details with some wire for the whiskers and some beads for the eyes. Fish were finally complete. I started working on my duck. I wanted a mama duck with some baby ducks following her into the pond. Started making the mama duck. Continuing the same process, just sketching out the base of the duck and then cutting, gluing, and paper macheing layer until I had the base. Do plan on making videos going more in depth about paper mache, so please don't worry that I'm kind of briefing over this real quick. I'm just trying to catch you up to where I am now. So after paper macheing and everything, I am to the point that the duck needs painted.